Best wishes to everyone listening today. Those who have dreamed, prayed, and worked tirelessly, yet still feel as though financial freedom is slipping through their fingers. You've given your effort, your time, and your energy, hoping that the next opportunity will finally open the door to abundance. But the truth is this: money does not respond to effort alone. It responds to authority. When you learn to stop seeking and start speaking, when you rise in the awareness of who you are and the power that has been placed within you, the atmosphere around your finances begins to shift. You were never meant to beg for provision. You were created to command it. The resources you need are waiting for instruction, and that instruction comes from your voice of faith. Say amen. Money does not follow confusion or desperation. It follows clarity and authority. Many people spend their lives chasing after opportunities, believing that more struggle equals more blessing. But chasing only produces exhaustion, not expansion. The one who understands authority knows that they do not have to run after what already belongs to them. They stand still, speak with confidence, and the universe begins to rearrange itself in their favor. When you operate from a place of authority instead of anxiety, you change the frequency you send into the world. You stop calling forth scarcity and you begin commanding abundance. Every day, countless people seek financial answers through panic and fear. But the truth is that money listens to peace, not pressure. When you speak calmly, believing that what you say carries weight, your voice gains influence in the unseen realm. Authority does not shout, it declares. It does not plead, it commands. When you begin to speak as one who already possesses, your energy shifts, and money recognizes that tone. Just as a soldier responds to a commander's voice, provision responds to a confident declaration. It moves, aligns, and obeys. Those who live in constant anxiety about money unknowingly push it further away. Fear communicates instability, and instability repels resources. Authority communicates order, and order attracts wealth. This is why the first transformation must happen in your mind before it can happen in your account. You must see yourself not as a struggler, but as a commander. Not as someone trying to make ends meet, but as someone who sets direction for provision. You were not placed on this earth to be controlled by money. You were placed here to manage it. Authority begins with identity. Until you recognize who you are, you cannot command what belongs to you. When you see yourself as powerless, you speak powerless words. And powerless words produce powerless results. But when you see yourself as someone with divine backing, you speak boldly, expecting results to follow. The person who knows their worth never begs for opportunity. They call it forth. Every resource begins to move toward the one who knows how to give orders with faith. When you wake up each morning, you must train yourself to speak from authority, not from lack. Instead of saying, "I need money," say, "Money flows to me easily and abundantly." Instead of saying, "I'm waiting for a breakthrough," say, "Breakthroughs are happening for me right now." Your words must rise to the level of your destiny. Speak from your future, not from your frustration. Each time you open your mouth with belief, you plant the seeds of abundance that will grow into tomorrow's harvest. Authority grows through faith. You cannot command what you do not believe you have control over. Faith is what gives your words power. When you declare wealth with conviction, the universe responds because it recognizes that your words are not empty. They are filled with expectation. Even when your situation does not yet reflect abundance, faith tells you to speak as though it already exists. And every time you do, invisible forces align to make your words real. Money respects confidence, and confidence is born out of authority. People who move with certainty, who make bold financial decisions with wisdom and courage, attract opportunities others overlook. The world is drawn to those who speak as though they belong in the room of success. When you act and speak like one who is destined to prosper, favor begins to locate you. You no longer have to chase. It comes to you because your energy declares readiness. Authority is not arrogance. It is clarity. It is the calm assurance that you are aligned with a higher order of abundance. You no longer panic when things look tight because you know your words have the power to shift them. When you speak with authority, even small beginnings respond. Debts begin to clear, doors begin to open, ideas begin to manifest. The one who commands with belief walks in quiet confidence, knowing that everything they need is already moving toward them. So rise today in your authority. Stop seeking money as though it is running from you and start speaking as though it is drawn to you. Let your words carry the tone of ownership. Let your declarations sound like instructions, not requests. You were not designed to live in financial fear. You were created to direct financial flow. Every word you speak in faith sends a message to money. I am in charge here. And from that moment, money must begin to listen and obey. Best wishes to every dreamer who has felt the sting of financial delay, who has watched others rise while you stayed waiting for your turn. This is not the time to keep asking why. This is the time to start declaring how. You have sought, prayed, hoped, and planned, yet the missing piece was never effort. It was authority of speech. Until your words align with the wealth you desire, it will continue to look far away. But once your mouth begins to prophesy abundance, your life begins to echo it. The difference between the rich and the poor is not always opportunity. Often it's language. Wealthy people speak the language of command, while the struggling speak the language of need. Say amen. You must understand that what you constantly say becomes your reality. Every "I can afford it" sends a signal into your future, building walls that stop blessings from coming. But every "I am attracting money" tears those walls down. Your speech is a seed, and your mouth is the soil. When you fill it with doubt, you grow weeds of lack. When you fill it with faith, you grow gardens of prosperity. The moment you decide to speak differently, heaven begins to agree with your words. Too many people are waiting for miracles while speaking curses over their finances. They declare faith on Sunday, but speak fear on Monday. They believe for increase, yet complain about shortage. You cannot attract what you contradict. The universe does not respond to confusion. It responds to clarity. Your words must become consistent with your desires. Speak life into your wallet not lack. Speak growth into your income, not fear. When your words become stable, your financial reality will begin to stabilize too. Speaking with authority means speaking from a place of vision, not from a place of reaction. When bills come, do not panic, prophecy. When income delays, do not cry, declare. Your voice carries power, and that power does not disappear just because times are hard. In fact, it becomes more powerful when used under pressure. Every time you speak faith in a moment of fear, you announce to life itself, I am not under circumstances, circumstances are under me. Words create atmosphere. The environment of your finances depends on the climate of your speech. When your words are heavy with fear, your atmosphere becomes toxic to prosperity. But when your words are charged with gratitude and faith, your atmosphere becomes magnetic to opportunities. Speak as if everything is already shifting, even when it looks the same. Because speech backed with belief is not noise, it is creation. The language of wealth is the language of gratitude and command. Say, thank you for what you have while speaking boldly for what you desire. Gratitude keeps you grounded. Command keeps you growing. This is how you balance faith and action. By appreciating your present while speaking powerfully into your future. Never let your current lack silence your future abundance. Keep talking wealth until wealth recognizes your voice. Authority in speech is not about volume, it's about conviction. You can whisper and move mountains if your heart believes what your mouth says. This is why affirmations work for those who believe and fail for those who just repeat. The power is not in the sound, it's in the spirit behind the sound. Speak your truth like one who expects results, not like one testing possibilities. Your words were never meant to be guesses, they were meant to be commands. When you start speaking money, things begin to reorganize around your words. Delayed payments begin to release. Ideas start to form. People begin to remember your name, and new channels of income start to open. The moment you decide to speak instead of seek, the world starts responding differently. The doors that were once closed begin to unlock. Not because they suddenly changed, but because you did. Your wealth is waiting for your words. Not just random words, but words of power, consistency, and authority. Stop saying, I don't know how I'll make it, and start saying, I am led to the right opportunities. Stop saying, everything is getting worse, and start saying, everything is aligning for my good. Speak the language of results, not the language of excuses. Your mouth is the microphone through which your destiny speaks. So today, take back your financial voice. Stop being silent about your success. Stop letting fear narrate your story. Begin to speak with the tone of a ruler, not the whisper of a warrior. Speak wealth until it feels natural. Speak prosperity until it manifests. You have spoken lack long enough. It's time to start speaking money. Best wishes to every heart that has grown tired of trying, tired of waiting, tired of seeing effort bring little return. This is your reminder that your life moves in the direction of your words, not just your work. You have prayed, planned, and struggled, but now it's time to speak. When your voice begins to agree with divine provision, Your circumstances must bow. Say amen. There comes a point when silence becomes your biggest enemy, because silence gives permission for lack to stay. The moment you start speaking money with authority, you announce to life itself that you are no longer available for scarcity. You see, life does not just listen to the one who works hard, it listens to the one who speaks right. You can toil endlessly and still feel stuck if your words contradict your prayers. Every "I am broke," every "things are not working," every "nothing ever changes for me" becomes a prophecy against your own progress. But when you change your confession, you begin to shift your atmosphere. You start to declare things like, "Money flows easily to me. I am favored in my finances. Opportunities chase me," and heaven begins to echo those very words back into your reality. Speaking money is not greed, it is agreement. When you speak wealth, you are agreeing with divine abundance. When you stay silent, you are agreeing with limitation. The universe and the Creator respond to sound, especially sound filled with faith. The world was spoken into existence, not built by hands first, but words. In the same way, your next level is not built by labor first, it is built by language. When your speech becomes creative, your environment becomes productive. Too many people believe that thinking positively is enough, but thought alone cannot manifest without declaration. What you think shapes your mindset. What you speak shapes your world. You may think abundance, but speak fear, and that confusion blocks your manifestation. You must speak faith until your mind, emotions, and surroundings all align with it. Your mouth was not given only for expression, it was given for creation. Speak life to your wallet, command increase to your account, and call new doors to open by name. Every time you open your mouth with conviction, invisible doors begin to unlock. Words carry vibration, and vibration creates movement. Even when you cannot see it, your speech is rearranging spiritual realities. You say, "Money comes to me," and somewhere a forgotten opportunity starts to remember your name. You say, "I am a magnet for wealth," and suddenly people begin to see you differently. It is not magic, it is alignment. Life hears confidence and rushes to fulfill it. There is no such thing as a neutral word. Every word you speak is either building your financial future or breaking it. You cannot afford careless speech anymore. Replace every negative declaration with power-filled words. When you wake up, say, "Today, money will find me." When you sleep, say, "My harvest is already on its way." When fear whispers, answer it with, "I am covered in favor." Consistency is the key. Your voice must not go silent until wealth has settled in your life. Remember, you are not begging money, you are commanding alignment. The same way light obeyed the command, "Let there be," your finances obey when you say, "Let there be increase." The same authority that created the world flows through your speech when spoken with faith. You don't have to shout. You just have to believe and declare. What you decree on earth begins to organize itself in heaven. Your financial reality starts to respect the tone of your words. The moment you start speaking with power, your mind starts to shift. Ideas begin to flow where fear used to live. Creativity awakens. And suddenly, you start seeing solutions that were hidden before. You realize that wealth is not just a number, it's a response. Money is attracted to clarity, direction, and command. When your words carry direction, money begins to follow it like a well-trained servant following the voice of its master. Do not underestimate the power of repeated speech. The world around you is always listening. Every sentence you speak is a seed that will grow somewhere. Keep watering it with consistency. Don't say, "I am rich," once and then complain the rest of the week. Speak until your subconscious accepts it as truth. Speak until your environment begins to shift. The more you talk abundance, the more your life must rise to meet the sound of it. So speak. Speak until lack becomes uncomfortable in your presence. Speak until your surroundings begin to change shape. Speak until your life starts reflecting what your heart has always believed. Stop being a seeker of money. Become a speaker of wealth. Because when your words begin to carry divine authority, even money will have no choice but to listen and obey. Best wishes to every soul standing between faith and frustration, wondering why so many prayers for money remain unanswered. The truth is, your faith must move beyond hoping. It must begin to act and align. Faith without movement is like a car with no engine. It looks good, but it goes nowhere. You can pray for financial blessings, but if your actions don't match your declarations, you delay your manifestation. When you say, "Money is coming," but your actions say, "I don't believe," you send mixed signals to the universe. Say amen. There must be agreement between what you speak and how you live, because true authority is not only in the mouth, it is in the movement. Faith is a spiritual currency, but action is its transaction. You cannot withdraw from heaven's account without presenting the proof of belief through what you do daily. When you begin to take bold steps that align with your declarations, you prove that you are serious about your wealth. If you speak about increase, but handle your finances carelessly, your words lose weight. If you talk about opportunity but stay idle, your speech loses power. The moment your hands start to mirror your confession, your world starts to change. Action is the bridge between your mouth and your miracle. You speak to plant the seed, but you act to water it. Some people have powerful declarations, but powerless habits. They say, "I am rich," yet they live in disorganization and fear. But those who combine faith-filled speech with daily discipline move faster. When your declarations meet diligence, your results become inevitable. Speaking wealth without working toward it is noise. Speaking wealth and aligning your behavior is power. You must train yourself to act like the person you are speaking about. If you declare, "I am a person of wealth," start living with that mindset. Manage your resources with wisdom. Show gratitude for what you already have. Treat every small opportunity like it carries your future. You attract more when you act like more. The world responds not to desperation, but to demonstration. When your attitude and actions reveal confidence, resources start gravitating toward you. Faith-based action doesn't always mean taking massive leaps. Sometimes it means taking consistent small steps that prove belief. Maybe it's learning a new skill saving a portion of your income, or stepping into an opportunity that stretches your comfort zone. Each step communicates to heaven, I'm ready. And when heaven sees readiness, doors start to unlock. Action proves that your confession is not a wish. It's a command backed by courage. When your faith and your action come together, you create momentum. Momentum is when what you believe begins to move through what you do. It is the invisible force that carries your words into the physical world. The universe doesn't respond to idle faith. It responds to faith in motion. Every move you make in alignment with your words pushes you closer to breakthrough. Every risk you take in faith sends a message that you're done waiting. You're now walking. Action is not just movement, it's obedience. When you feel prompted to take a step and you obey instantly, you prove that you trust divine timing. Obedience is the ultimate test of faith. Many people delay wealth because they hesitate when they should move. If your spirit says give, give. If your heart says build, build. If your mind says try again, try. Your willingness to act quickly opens the flow of blessings faster than long prayers with no movement. There's a divine pattern: declaration, preparation, manifestation. When you speak, you create the spiritual blueprint. When you prepare, you show that you are serious about that blueprint. When you act, the blueprint becomes reality. Many people stop after speaking and wonder why nothing changes. But it is those who move after speaking who experience miracles. Speaking without action is sound. Speaking with action is creation. Do not confuse waiting with inactivity. Sometimes waiting is working silently in faith. But even in waiting, there is movement, the movement of consistency, learning, and readiness. Stay productive while waiting for manifestation. Keep your energy aligned with your words. If you declare, wealth is mine, act like it's already on its way. Because faith doesn't wait for results to believe. It believes first and then behaves like it already received. Let every action in your life become an echo of your faith. Let your movement prove your declarations. Speak boldly, act decisively, and align continuously. The world must see your consistency before it respects your command. When your actions speak the same language as your mouth, you become unstoppable. Wealth will have no choice but to obey the voice of one who speaks with faith and moves with purpose. Best wishes to every believer standing at the edge of breakthrough, longing for consistency that keeps their blessings from slipping away. You have seen moments of favor, flashes of increase, and brief seasons of success. But what you truly desire is sustained wealth, the kind that lasts and multiplies. Say amen. True dominion over money is not built in a moment of excitement. It is built through the discipline of consistency. When your words remain steady, your faith unwavering, and your focus clear, you become immovable in the realm of abundance. Money listens to consistency. It obeys stability. It is drawn to those who refuse to change their confession when circumstances shake. Many people start strong, but stop too soon. They declare prosperity for a week, then speak defeat when challenges arise. They sow faith for a season, then harvest doubt when delay appears. But divine systems reward those who endure. Consistency is the evidence of true faith. You do not keep speaking because you need motivation. You keep speaking because you know it works. Every word, every prayer, every declaration is a deposit in the spiritual account of your future. So keep your voice steady, even when your results seem silent. Money learns your pattern. It studies the rhythm of your speech and your faith. If you call it today and curse it tomorrow, it becomes confused. But if your tone stays steady, if you keep blessing your finances, keep declaring increase, keep expecting provision, money learns to find and follow your command. Like a trained servant, it recognizes the consistency of its master's voice. So never speak from emotion, speak from revelation. Speak with the confidence that your words never expire. They only mature. Consistency is not just repeating words, it is building habits that match your declarations. Speak like a wealthy person, think like one, and act like one daily. Wealth is not an event. It's a lifestyle built through repetition and alignment. When your habits, thoughts, and speech move in harmony, your entire energy becomes magnetic to prosperity. Every day you remain consistent, your vibration of abundance grows stronger, attracting opportunities, ideas, and helpers aligned with your vision. Distractions will come to test your focus. Bills will rise to test your peace. Delays will challenge your patience. But the power is not in what happens to you, it's in how you respond. If you remain unshaken, you prove mastery. Those who shift with every storm never build legacy. Those who remain rooted in faith create movements that outlast generations. Your power lies in your persistence. Speak today. Speak tomorrow. Speak again next week. Not because you see it yet, but because you know it's coming. Even in moments of silence, your consistency is working. The unseen realm is rearranging things while you stay faithful to your confession. Every I am wealthy spoken faith becomes a building block in your future. Every I am favored becomes an open door waiting for divine timing. You cannot see all the movement beneath the surface, but your consistency guarantees that it is happening. Never mistake delay for denial. Consistent faith cannot be ignored. Those who remain consistent eventually step into overflow. What others chase begins to chase them. Why? Because money, like everything in creation, responds to authority. And authority is established through repetition. Every time you declare with belief, your voice gains more weight in the spirit. You move from begging to commanding, from asking to owning. This is the secret of the unshakable. Their consistency turns their confession into manifestation. Think of consistency as spiritual momentum. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. The first few days may feel forced, but soon it becomes your nature. You stop needing to remind yourself to speak abundance because it becomes your default language. When gratitude and faith become automatic, the flow of prosperity never stops. You look back and realize that what once took effort now happens effortlessly because you've trained your entire being to live in alignment with abundance. Those who master consistency don't wait for the right feeling. They speak and act in faith regardless of emotion. You will not always feel powerful, but consistency makes you powerful. You will not always see instant results. But consistency ensures lasting results. It's better to grow slowly in stability than to rise quickly and collapse in inconsistency. Wealth that comes from faith and steadiness has roots deep enough to survive any storm. So stand firm in your declarations. Keep your confessions alive, even when your eyes see little. Maintain the same fire in silence that you had in excitement. Speak the same way in the valley as you did on the mountain. For those who remain consistent, increase is not a possibility, it is a guarantee. Wealth bows to those who refuse to stop speaking, believing, and acting with authority every single day.